So in today's video, I'm talking about the 2 lessons that I'm learning that I believe are going to take us to an 8-figure level over the next couple of years. Now, it's interesting. These lessons are things that I'm having to unlearn. It's almost like what got me to $1 million a year then chained me at $1 million a year, which sounds like a good problem to have for a lot of people. It's like, oh, you're stuck at $1.5 to $2.5 million a year. Oh, like, woe is you, right? But it is interesting because the beliefs and skill sets and things that get you there can actually chain you there if you don't stay fluid and if you don't stay willing to adjust. And so just a very quick video, just kind of documentative. Like right now, one of my head sales reps is being promoted to a chief marketing officer. So outside of some of the things that I like doing, he's basically in charge of filling the calendar. So like it's your job to get at least 10 quality sales calls a day. Don't care how you do it. You figure that out. That is completely your job, and that's the first time that I've ever handed that off to somebody. And soon we're gonna have a sales team lead as well. So like, it's no longer my job to like make sure that our sales team is doing well. And that's a new thing too. So just like all of these delegations are requiring me to let go of lone wolf syndrome. They're requiring me to let go of this sense that like that idea of like, oh, if you want something done right, just do it yourself. And that was kind of my perspective for the longest time. And not only was that my perspective, but it was actually proven true over and over and over again over the span of about 2 to 2.5 years, where I went from literal zero to $1 million a year and having my first like $100,000 weeks and everything. But in order to get to that next level, in order to get to 8 figures, in order to sustain that rate, it requires having incredible product market fit, mixed with an absolute machine of an operating system on the back end of our business for our team, and high quality people in every single seat. When I say high quality people, they've got high personal standards, high work standards. They've just got high standards in general that they can then meet through the work that I provide for them. And so, I don't know, man. I think those are the 2 things I'm having to learn. It's like how to get rid of lone wolf syndrome, which I'm learning, and it's actually really neat to see, like, for the first time ever, we're getting, like, there's been seasons where my YouTube platform or my personal brand was leverage that I used to fill the calendar. Now the leverage that I use is like an incredible team member who's figuring that out creatively. They're running tests all the time. I'm like, hey, here's a bunch of money for marketing. Go figure it out. Go turn this 50 grand into 300 grand. Like, we could easily do that. And so he's going out and doing that and hiring the team, training and like building the funnel, doing all like, and I'm no longer thinking about that. And it's just a weird place to be, because even though I know what works and I'm communicative with them, they're beginning to solve that, which is just nuts. So that's the first time I've never thought about filling the calendar, and then soon I won't even think about sales. And so then all I do is I just lead my student community, which I think is where I'm needed most. Like, after somebody pays and is involved in our community, that's when I'm really needed. It's like, being at the meetups and stuff, and like leading a great, coaching call for our students, like getting them incredible results, or revamping the product. Like that I think is work that right now only I can do, until, in the future, one of our students rises up. And I honestly, if I wanted to hire this now, I probably could just bring them on as like one of the lead coaches inside of a community, which I've done in the past, but I've still maintained, because of that lone wolf syndrome, I've still maintained kind of like an 80% ownership of that role. Even though they 20% maybe hop on some coaching calls and everything and help people out, I wasn't willing to give away that responsibility, because I was both overthinking and didn't know what to look for in a relationship for somebody for that role. So I don't know, man. This is just a really interesting learning season for me, of like realizing like I wrote this Facebook post, and I'll just kind of read it off. Yeah, I said, getting from 0 to $1 million a year was about digging deep and leveling myself up. Getting from 1 million a year to 10 million a year, I'm realizing, is about showing others how to dig deep and level themselves up. And I'm having to unlearn, lone wolf syndrome. So that's really what I'm talking about in this video today. It's just like unlearning that. So like, it's funny though, because like, the beginners that I help get going, I turn them into absolute weapons. They are incredible individuals. Like, they're consistent. Like, I take somebody from inconsistent, no clear product market fit, no sales experience, anything, and we turn them into machines that can do $20, $30, $40, $50,000 a month, even $100,000 a month as like a one-man show. And we've done that a few times, which is really cool. But then they get stuck there for the same reason that I'm stuck here, which is this awkward season of figuring out what you still need to have a handle on, what you shouldn't have a handle on, who to give things off to, and how to give them off, and how to structure those roles. And then the operations kick in, the operational complexity of a small startup company, especially when it's run, digitally. So we don't have an office or anything. So interesting challenges, and I just wanted to share that, like, this is what I'm learning. Like, I can't necessarily say that I have the solutions right now. I do believe that the ideas that I have, getting rid of lone wolf syndrome and mastering back-end operations, I think those two things are what I have to do in the next 2 or 3 months and really purge out of my system so that we can scale. I think that's what I need to do next. So I just wanted to make a video documenting that because that's the season that I'm in. And I just know that in the future, I will probably look back on this video and be very proud of my thinking process if I so turn out to be correct in this thinking process. And I also know that in the future, I have big plans for my reputation, for my impact on the industry and everything. And I just want to document the process. I want to show, like, yeah, this is what I'm learning. Because when I'm doing like $10 or $20 million a year, I want to be like, yeah, you can go back to this video where you see me learning all these hard lessons. And so yeah, fun stuff. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, all that. If you want our help getting to $1 million a year, the best option is to just hop on a call directly with us, see if you're a good fit for our programs. We've helped 11 people get there. You can schedule a direct consult directly with us over Zoom using the link in the description, and you can also watch our completely free training. We don't sell some BS 997 course at the end. There's actually nothing for sale in the training. You can just watch how we've gotten our students results. We've gotten them completely for free, no email opt-in or anything. Links in the description as well. See you in the next video. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Bye.